Magic Johnson. Earvin Magic Johnson Jr., born August 14, 1959, is an American businessman and former professional basketball player. Often regarded as the greatest point guard of all time, Johnson spent his entire career with the Los Angeles Lakers in the National Basketball Association, NBA. After winning a national championship with Michigan State in 1979, Johnson was selected first overall in the 1979 NBA draft by the Lakers, leading the team to 5 NBA championships during their Showtime era. Johnson retired abruptly in 1991 after announcing that he had contracted HIV, but returned to play in the 1992 All-Star Game, winning the All-Star MVP award. After protests against his return from his fellow players, he retired again for 4 years, but returned in 1996, at age 36, to play 32 games for the Lakers before retiring for the third and final time. Known for his extraordinary court vision, passing abilities, and leadership on the court, Johnson was one of the most dominant players of his era. His career achievements include 3 NBA Most Valuable Player awards, 3 NBA Finals MVPs, 9 All-NBA First Team designations, and 12 All-Star Game selections. He led the league in regular season assists 4 times, and is the NBA's all-time leader in average assists per game in both the regular season, 11.19 assists per game, and the playoffs, 12.35 assists per game. He also holds the records for most career playoff assists and most career playoff triple-doubles. Johnson was the co-captain of the 1992 United States men's Olympic basketball team, the Dream Team, which won the Olympic gold medal in Barcelona. After leaving the NBA in 1991, he formed the Magic Johnson All-Stars, a barnstorming team that traveled around the world playing exhibition games. Johnson was honored as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history in 1996 and selected to the NBA's 75th anniversary team in 2021, and became a 2-time inductee into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, being enshrined in 2002 for his individual career, and again in 2010 as a member of the Dream Team. His friendship and rivalry with Boston Celtics star Larry Bird, whom he faced in the 1979 NCAA Finals and 3 NBA Championship Series, are well documented. Since his retirement, Johnson has been an advocate for HIV/AIDS prevention and safe sex, as well as an entrepreneur, philanthropist, broadcaster, and motivational speaker. Johnson is a former part owner of the Lakers and was the team's president of basketball operations in the late 2010s. He is a founding member of Guggenheim Baseball Management, managing entity of the MLB's Los Angeles Dodgers, and also partly owns the WNBA's Los Angeles Sparks, the MLS Los Angeles FC, and the NFL's Washington Commanders. Johnson has won 14 total championships during his career, 1 in college, 5 as an NBA player and 8 as an owner. Early life. Earvin Johnson Jr. was born in Lansing, Michigan, to General Motors assembly worker Earvin Sr. and school janitor Christine. Johnson, who had 6 siblings and 3 half-siblings by his father's previous marriage, was influenced by his parents' strong work ethic. His mother spent many hours after work each night cleaning their home and preparing the next day's meals, while his father did janitorial work at a used car lot and collected garbage, all while never missing a day at General Motors. Johnson would often help his father on the garbage route, and he was teased by neighborhood children who called him a garbage man. His mother raised him in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Johnson came to love basketball as a young man. His favorite basketball player growing up was Bill Russell, whom he admired more for his many championships than his athletic ability. He also idolized players such as Earl Monroe and Marquez Haynes, and practiced all day. Johnson came from an athletic family. His father played high school basketball in his home state of Mississippi, and Johnson learned the finer points about the game from him. Johnson's mother, originally from North Carolina, had also played basketball as a child, and she grew up watching her brothers play the game. By the time he had reached the 8th grade, Johnson had begun to think about a future in basketball. He had become a dominant junior high player, once scoring 48 points in a game. Johnson looked forward to playing at Sexton High School, a school with a very successful basketball team and history that also happened to be only 5 blocks from his home. His plans underwent a dramatic change when he learned that he would be bused to the predominantly white Everett High School instead of going to Sexton, which was predominantly black. Johnson's sister Pearl and brother Larry had bused to Everett the previous year and did not have a pleasant experience. There were incidents of racism, with rocks being thrown at buses carrying black students and white parents refusing to send their children to school. Larry was kicked off the basketball team after a confrontation during practice, prompting him to beg his brother not to play. Johnson did join the basketball team but became angry after several days when his new teammates ignored him during practice, not even passing the ball to him. Eventually, Johnson accepted his situation, and the small group of black students looked to him as their leader. When recalling the events in his autobiography, My Life, he talked about how his time at Everett had changed him. College career. Although Johnson was recruited by several top-ranked colleges such as Indiana and UCLA, he decided to play close to home. His college decision came down to Michigan and Michigan State in East Lansing. He ultimately decided to attend Michigan State when coach Judd Heathcote told him he could play the point guard position. The talent already on Michigan State's roster also drew him to the program. Johnson did not initially aspire to play professionally, focusing instead on his communication studies major and desire to become a television commentator. Playing with future NBA draftees Greg Kelser, Jay Vincent, and Mike Brkovich, Johnson averaged 17.0 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.4 assists per game as a freshman, and led the Spartans to a 25-5 record, the Big Ten Conference title, and a berth in the 1978 NCAA tournament. The Spartans reached the Elite Eight, but lost narrowly to eventual national champion Kentucky. During the 1978-79 season, Michigan State again qualified for the NCAA tournament, where they advanced to the championship game and faced Indiana State, which was led by senior Larry Bird. In what was the most watched college basketball game ever, Michigan State defeated Indiana State 75-64, and Johnson was voted Most Outstanding Player of the Final Four. He was selected to the 1978-79 All-American team for his performance that season. After 2 years in college, during which he averaged 17.1 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 7.9 assists per game, Johnson entered the 1979 NBA Draft. Professional career. Johnson was drafted first overall in 1979 by the Los Angeles Lakers. Johnson said that what was most amazing about joining the Lakers was the chance to play alongside Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Johnson averaged 18.0 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game for the season, was selected to the NBA All-Rookie team, and was named an NBA All-Star Game starter. Prior to Johnson's fifth season, West, who had become the Lakers' general manager, traded Nixon to free Johnson from sharing the ball-handling responsibilities. Johnson averaged another double-double season, with 17.6 points, 13.1 assists, and 7.3 rebounds per game. The Lakers reached the finals for the third year in a row, where Johnson's Lakers and Bird Celtics met for the first time in the postseason. The Lakers won the first game, and led by 2 points in Game 2 with 18 seconds to go. But after a layup by Gerald Henderson, Johnson failed to get a shot off before the final buzzer sounded, and the Lakers lost 124-121 in overtime. In Game 3, Johnson responded with 21 assists in a 137-104 win, but he made several crucial errors late in the contest during Game 4. Johnson again averaged a double-double in the 1985-86 NBA season, with 18.8 points, 12.6 assists, and 5.9 rebounds per game. The Lakers advanced to the Western Conference Finals, but were unable to defeat the Houston Rockets, who advanced to the finals in 5 games. In the next season, Johnson averaged a career high of 23.9 points, as well as 12.2 assists and 6.3 rebounds per game, and earned his first regular season MVP award. The Lakers met the Celtics for the third time in the NBA Finals, and in Game 4 Johnson hit a last-second hook shot over Celtics big men Parrish and Kevin McHale to win the game 107-106. The game-winning shot, which Johnson dubbed his Junior Skyhook, helped Los Angeles defeat Boston in 6 games. Johnson was awarded his third Finals MVP title after averaging 26.2 points on .541 shooting, 13.0 assists, 8.0 rebounds, and 2.33 steals per game. HIV announcement and Olympics, 1991 to 1992. After a physical examination before the 1991-92 NBA season, Johnson discovered that he had tested positive for HIV. In a press conference held on November 7, 1991, Johnson made a public announcement that he would retire immediately. He stated that his wife, Cookie, and their unborn child did not have HIV, and that he would dedicate his life to battle this deadly disease. Johnson initially said that he did not know how he contracted the disease, but later acknowledged that it was through having numerous sexual partners during his playing career. Johnson's HIV announcement became a major news story in the United States, and in 2004 was named as ESPN's 7th most memorable moment of the previous 25 years. Many articles praised Johnson as a hero, and the then U.S. President George H.W. Bush said, "Yeah, for me, Magic is a hero for anyone who loves sports." Brief period in Scandinavia. In 1999, Johnson joined the Swedish squad M7 Borås, now known as Burros Basket, and was undefeated in 5 games with the team. Johnson also became a co-owner of the club. However, the project failed after 1 season and the club was forced into reconstruction. He later joined the Danish team the Great Danes. Rivalry with Larry Bird. Johnson and Bird were first linked as rivals after Johnson's Michigan State Spartans squad defeated Bird's Indiana State Sycamores team in the 1979 NCAA Finals. The rivalry continued in the NBA, and reached its climax when Boston and Los Angeles met in 3 out of 4 NBA Finals from 1984 to 1987, with the Lakers winning 2 out of 3 finals. Johnson asserted that for him, the 82-game regular season was composed of 80 normal games, and 2 Lakers-Celtics games. Similarly, Bird admitted that Johnson's daily box score was the first thing he checked in the morning. Despite their on-court rivalry, Johnson and Bird became close friends during the filming of a 1984 Converse shoe advertisement that depicted them as enemies. Johnson appeared at Bird's retirement ceremony in 1992, and described Bird as a friend forever. During Johnson's Hall of Fame ceremony, Bird formally inducted his old rival. Personal life. Johnson first fathered a son in 1981, when Andre Johnson was born to Melissa Mitchell. Although Andre was raised by his mother, he visited Johnson each summer, and later worked for Magic Johnson Enterprises as a marketing director. In 1991, Johnson married Erlitha Cookie Kelly in a small wedding in Lansing which included guests Thomas Aguirre and Herb Williams. Johnson and Cookie have 1 son, Earvin EJG, who is openly gay and a star on the reality show Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. The couple adopted a daughter, Elisa, in 1995. Johnson resides in Beverly Hills and has a vacation home in Dana Point, California. Johnson is a Christian and has said his faith is the most important thing in his life. In 2010, Johnson and then current and former NBA players such as LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Bill Russell, as well as Maya Moore from the WNBA, played a basketball game with President Barack Obama as an exhibition for a group of military troops who had been injured in action. The game was played at a gym inside Fort McNair, and reporters covering the president were not allowed to enter. The basketball game was a part of other festivities organized to celebrate Obama's 49th birthday. Media figure and business interests. In 1997, his production company Magic Johnson Entertainment signed a deal with Fox in 1998. Johnson hosted a late-night talk show on the Fox network called The Magic Hour, but the show was canceled after 2 months because of low ratings. Shortly after the cancellation of his talk show, Johnson started a record label. The label, initially called Magic 32 Records, was renamed Magic Johnson Music when Johnson signed a joint venture with MCA in 2000. Magic Johnson Music signed R&B artist Earvin as its first act. Johnson also co-promoted Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope tour through his company Magicworks. He has also worked as a motivational speaker, and was an NBA commentator for Turner Network Television for 7 years, before becoming a studio analyst for ESPN's NBA Countdown in 2008. Johnson runs Magic Johnson Enterprises, a conglomerate that has a net worth of $700 million wink with a frown 16. Its subsidiaries include Magic Johnson Productions, a promotional company, Magic Johnson Theaters, a nationwide chain of movie theaters, and Magic Johnson Entertainment, a film studio. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel.